Hello guys, welcome to another trade recap. Today we are flat. I was really interested in the longs today, but price just ran without me. And also it was kind of tricky for me to get into a long, and I will just explain why it was kind of like in a tricky situation for me. So this is gonna be ES and then Q on the 1 hour. Let me just go ahead really quick and just move to the replay so you can see what I was looking at. So we can see, let's say this is gonna be the 9 a.m. candle. So when I was looking at price pre-market, I was like, okay, so we're kind of like in an interesting position because we have been pretty much moving over since Asia. The trending we're clearly like trending lower, looking at the higher time frame. It's we're kind of big getting back into bullish action. But price was on this area here. So let me just mark it over here. So I was like, okay, I like the idea that we might push lower based on the trend in the direction we have been going on since Asia. But at the same time, we're in a zone that we can see a higher low be formed, and that's actually what happened. So we pushed lower. We took down London over here, and also on NQ, we took London pretty much on pre-market, I would say. And we just destroy Rally but I would not use that for the sake of explaining this. So I was just like following higher highs and higher lows. I think you can look at better on the 1 hour. So it was like kind of tricky because okay, I can see the higher low be formed here, so we can push higher. And we did. We actually formed the structure I was looking for long, so that's good. So we're good on that note. But once we move back to the 1 minute, this is what actually it's going on over here. So first of all, this is in Q and this is ES over here. Let's just focus on ES over here. So I was thinking of the longs once we were above the um the overnight over here. So I was looking probably for a long like this, something like this, but the TP should be like over here. So it wasn't really this trade doesn't really make sense in my book because I need to have my stop all the way over here. Doesn't really make that much sense. So I don't want to be honest. I was not interested in this, and I know a lot of people got longs around here and here before we broke the range. But I was like, I'm not really sure, bro. We're fighting the BWAPs over here. We have been trending lower. I know we're in an interested area to form a higher low on the higher time frame, but it's just like I need to wait a little bit more to get more information, at least for me. So once we broke open range high, okay, I was like, okay, so I can now look for a pullback. And I was, to be honest, I was not even asking for the full pullback. I was thinking, okay, like I know the BWAPs are kind of mixed right now still, with BWAPs are pointing lower, but if I can just get a retrace back to overnight, bro, I can try along. I think the stop it's kind of decent over here, all the way over here to belly area low. So I can probably just find like a long around this area, but price never came back. So I was interested in some longs here at least, bro. You know, but price just ran without me. And also I was watching NQ, bro. But look at NQ, bro. Which is fucking weak as fuck. I was actually looking for kind of like this over here to target this highs, but I hesitated too much, bro. I really was not having it with like the disparity on these on the two indexes today, which is like crazy, bro. Like NQ was like not like it was so weak, bro. Like if we zoom out on the 1 minute right now, look at this bitch, bro. Like ES took previously high ES was over here already, bro. And NQ was in the fucking slumps. So I just decided to stay out. To be honest, I did not take a trade today. It was just like too conflicting in my head. I was seeing NQ so like weak and shit, and then ES was just pushing too high, and I was at least looking for that pullback to New York. Um, but that never happened. This is a markup that I don't want to say this is not a trade that I missed. I did not notice. To be honest, I wasn't really using the handoff like yesterday, to be honest. But we can see the clean bounce from it, and I think a stop like around here should be kind of enough. in my opinion, we already crossed the BWAPs over here, so New York it's above overnight over here, and also we have like four stack levels over here. Let me just have it over here. So we have open range high, we have all the three BWAPs, you know. So I think this is a good area for a defense. I don't think I need to have my stop all over here for this type of trading since I'm using the handoff. I think a stop, let's just give it 20 points should be enough. And I think we can just cut the trade over here after this nice push higher, or we can just hold it to previous stays high like this. But this was not a trade that I took, and also it was a trade that I did not contemplate it, to be honest, because I wasn't I didn't like had the handoff. I just put it later to see if we actually used just that level and we ended up using over here. But I mean, I felt no FOMO on missing out on this move because I mean I wanted to, I really was interested in the longs, but I never got the pullback to New York BWAP like the way that I wanted to, and actually we got the pullback like at 3 p.m. right, and we can see even at this time fucking BWAP pace, bro, you know, and it's almost the same. I don't, well, it's not the same price, but it was near like before this push higher that we had over here, so we can put our long over here and you can target even 10 points or just like I will start I would think I will target like this highs over here and just stops can be under a little bit under this low in case we sweep that low and we push higher, but also we have the three BWAPs, so I'm not expecting the price to push all the way down to those BWAPs, at least to get a little bit of juice, so we can take some profits using the New York BWAP this kind of late in the day. But yeah, guys, pretty much we stay flat today. First day of the month. I'm not rushing into anything. I really wanted some longs, bro. Like, but I was like, okay, just hold the fuck on, bro. Hold on. Let's start the month on a good note and just be patient. Just wait for a pullback. You don't need to trade every day. We already saw that shit last week, and I think last week, previous to last week. So right now I'm trying to be consistent with my entries and consistent with my trading, so I'm accepting more the fact that I don't need to trade every day and I don't need to look for a trade, and also because I know these are not my trades, this is just some markups that I'm doing so I can in the future take more trades like this on this type of conditions, you know. But I know currently this is not the setup that pays me more. You know, I know if I wait over here for my New York BWAP bounce, that's gonna be the setup that pays me more often. So that's why I just decided to just stay out and wait. And also, since NQ was being a fucking bitch and just weak as fuck, that also didn't like helped me a lot to be more aggressive in a sense to look for this type of trades today. So yeah, that's it. And on the other note, actually, guys, yesterday I got trade Chilla. So now I can journal my trades. So that's gonna be good. I already journaled my trade from yesterday, and also pretty much all the stuff I'm putting over here, it's the same stuff I'm gonna put on my Notion. So I'm pretty much doing the same thing, but I think over here I can just, so the way that I was thinking of Churchill is that it's gonna save me a lot of time at a time of doing like monthly reviews, and I can get more specific information. Because if I go back on my Notion, I need to be reading all the entries, checking all the screenshots, and this and that. And over here, I think you can use the Sila AI, whatever, and I can just ask a question, and it should be gathered all my data. And since this is already connected to my Trader Beta account, it should be, you know, pretty accurate with the decision that I'm making when at the time of day I'm taking entries, how much I'm risking and everything. So all these solid numbers are already here. So that's gonna be interesting to see how I can get more data at the end of the month. And also, I was watching this stuff over here for the strategies. I still need to, you know, dive in and check the settings that we have over here and what other stuff can I add to my notes to be more the statistic precise with my type of setups and my type of entries that I'm using. Because on my Notion, I have my tags, right? I have like once I take a trade or I finish a journal entry, I can add just a little like, I guess, tags of the setups that I'm taking on that day, and I want to do the same thing on TradeZilla. So I think this is gonna be the way, like using the like the strategies tab over here. I just need to dive into actually how to use this. Um, right now after work, I'll probably just take a look and dive in and move around and create some stuff. So I can just add it over here. I was thinking that you can already get some templates from other. I'm assuming there are like influencers that are like partnered with Jared Zealand stuff. I haven't looked for a BWAP one, but um, I will just look for if a template over here for BWAP. If not, I'm just gonna create my own strategy because I have other stuff that I want to add over there. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for me today. Again, flat for me today. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow it's non-farm payroll, so that's gonna be interesting, and also it's gonna be a high impact news before holiday. So I'm gonna keep that in mind too. I don't want to be pushing the funded on this type of conditions where we have a holiday before NFP. Oh, sorry, after NFP, and I don't. I just really want to avoid the chop, bro. Like for real, I want to avoid the chop as soon as much as I can, and we will be mindful about it tomorrow for sure. If I see like a really good setup that I like for my funds, I will just take into the funds, But we'll see. We'll see. Let's not predict what's gonna happen tomorrow because we don't fucking know. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for me today. I hope you guys made money today. I hope you guys are having an awesome first day of the month. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great day and see you guys tomorrow. Take care.